Coming up on the list, get off the grid in style. 3 gadgets to help you cook, wash clothes, and even read when you have no power. Plus, home sweet bunker. These underground shelters are so cozy, you won't even know the world has ended. But first, a survival expert's guide to Doomsday 101. At the top of our list right now.
A question for you. Are you prepared for the worst? You know, Armageddon, the apocalypse, the end of the world. Well, according to a Doomsday Prepper, you're probably not. It'll take a lot more than a few cases of water and some random canned goods to make it through the worst. Surviving the aftermath of a disaster is at the top of our list.
So the world feels like it's spinning in chaos. It's enough to make you want to hide in a bunker. Well, Doomsday Prepper Tim Ralston tells us how not to just survive, but thrive if disaster strikes.
Well, it's human nature. The strongest survive.
Tim is a world-renowned survivalist whose first piece of advice is hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
Are we scaring the crap out of people?
I'm always that glass is half full kind of guy, and the more prepared you are, the less fear that you have.
And for Tim, that means more than just stockpiling supplies. It means preparing for the real danger, unprepared people.
It happens fast. Within 3 days, there's no electricity, there's no phone. It's about having food delivered. It's about having running water.
Because we're not talking about just like, oh, I don't have access to my Instagram account.
When the grid goes down, then it gets serious, and that's when panic starts to set in.
Tim practices survival skills and runs what he calls bug-out evacuations with his family, like what he did for the Nat Geo show Doomsday Preppers.
Go, 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 get him, get him, get him.
You have a bunker. You're not going to tell us where it is.
No.
We weren't allowed to even see footage of his remote bunker.
Between here and where I want to go, I know every water location. There's a few undisclosed areas that I have big barrels that I've buried, and they have extra stuff in there.
And if you don't have the money for a full-on bunker,
you could go to the mountains and rent a storage container, $50 a month. You could put all your gear in there.
Which brings us to number 2. You gotta get the gear.
This is how it all started off. Crowbar. Part crowbar, all shovel, all business. It's got 13 different tools, from hammers to pickaxes.
And a bottle.
You gotta have that.
Tim has invented dozens of multi-tools, including the Timahawk.
It's just about pounds equal pain, so the more tools I can pack into one item, the better off we are.
And then there's the Adventure Pod.
That is basically a tent that you can put up in the trees. We actually have a tent that goes over top of this, so then it keeps all your body heat inside.
Raise yourself up to 35 feet in the trees to stay clear of the elements, wild animals, or marauders.
This is quite relaxing.
Finally, practice the 5 C's.
I call this a get-home bag.
Tim says you should have supplies in your car at all times, and his bag is well prepared.
What does the average person absolutely need?
You could break this down really simple to the 5 C's. You have to have something that can cut, all right? So that would be your knife. Now this knife kind of does double duty because it also has another C, combustion. That would be something that starts a fire.
Our 3rd C is cordage. It helps with building shelter, fishing, and hunting. Next,
cover, whether it's, the blanket or building a lean-to with this thing.
Cover.
All right.
And our final C, container.
You got to have something to transport water. That's your 5 C's.
5 C's.
That's it.
How to be a master of disaster is at the top of our list.
And maybe the best way to be sure your family weathers a nuclear winter in safety and style, buy a bunker. There's a wide variety of apocalypse-ready hideouts available, so let's look at some of the bangingest bunkers out there on The Breakdown.
And I saved your life by bringing you here. Everyone outside of here is dead.
Aliens aren't attacking like in 10 Cloverfield Lane, but there's obviously something in the air because 2017 has seen a huge spike in survival shelter sales. If you're looking for a post-apocalyptic pad, we found 3 options. At number 1, Rising S Bunkers.
In truth, the The only limit to what we can do for you when it comes to building your bunker is your budget and your imagination.
Starting at around $40,000, America's biggest steel underground bunker manufacturer will design, build, and install one for you anywhere in the world.
There are many threats that don't stop at locked doors and brick walls.
The base model has features like air filtration, plumbing, and battery supplies. Plus, your dystopian digs can be upgraded with things like pet kennels or gyms. Next up, Vivos X Point, the largest survival community on Earth with bunkers starting at around $25,000. This complex in South Dakota provides paved roads, plenty of community amenities, and a security service. And probably a lot of paranoid neighbors, but hey, you're alive, right? Number 3, Survival Condo.
Conditions are green inside the silo and we're good to go.
If money is no object, this network of former nuclear missile silos in Kansas is the bomb. The only thing it won't protect you from, the prices. They start at $1.5 million. All high-end silo complexes are super secure and have a pool, rock climbing wall, theater, general store, and more. Getting ready to hunker in a bunker across America.
Doomsday, cyber attack, or blackout caused by a storm. Either way, it's good to be ready for a power outage. We found a few new products to help us cook, clean, and light our homes, all without electricity. Off-the-grid gadgets on the lowdown.
Get ready for a fresh invention that'll get you clean clothes. At number 1, the Wonder Wash, a hand-powered laundry machine.
So the idea is you take your dirty laundry, detergent, water, put it all into this little guy, and start cranking.
It holds up to 10 shirts or 2 pairs of jeans. Sure, it takes a little elbow grease, but after 2 minutes of spinning, your clothes should be clean in a more gentle way than machine washers. Use its spout to drain the water, then take them out.
When it's all said and done, you got clean clothes using no energy. Let's hang these bad boys up.
It goes for $45. At number 2, the Gravity Light 2. A light that uses gravity to power itself. You hang it high, say in your garage, then you attach a weight to a beaded cord that's threaded through the device.
With Gravity Light, all you need is a weight.
Now hoist it up, and as the bag slowly falls to the ground, it generates power. A 6-foot drop will produce about 20 minutes of light.
I didn't think that there was anything more readily available than the sun until Jim pointed out to me that gravity doesn't go to sleep at night.
This one's available for $80. And at number 3, the GoSun Stove Solar Cooker. Basically, you load up whatever you can fit in its tray and slide it in. In as little as 20 minutes, your food should be piping hot, even in cloudy, windy, or freezing weather.
The secret to this technology is the vacuum tube, which absorbs light and acts as a perfect insulator, holding heat through the harshest conditions.
Their largest model costs $800, but they have smaller options like this hot dog-sized one that goes for $60. For all the info on these products, head on over to thelisttv.com. Gadgets getting us off the grid on the lowdown.
Of course, you'll want to wait till the lights come back on to pick your paint colours. Why? Because scientists say getting those colours right doesn't just improve your home, it improves you. We have the perfect hues room by room on the stylist.
With a million colours to choose from, how on earth do you pick the perfect one for your home? Interior designer Katie Terrazza says each room has its own purpose and personality, so they each need their own shade. First up, the room where you rest, refresh and rejuvenate. Your bedroom.
Science shows that a light or dusty blue is really like a perfect color for your bedroom. It's very soothing, cool tones are restful, and studies show that you get better sleep in a blue bedroom than anything else.
Sleep.org says that the reason you get more Z's is because of the retina in your eyes. Seeing blue helps reduce your blood pressure and heart rate. But not any shade will do.
Just remember, no electric. No electric blue. That's reserved for a playroom.
And while light blues, silvers and neutrals are a go, you should avoid purple.
Studies have shown that it leads to less restful sleep. So stay with the blues, don't gravitate towards the purples.
Next, the room that many consider the heart of their homes, the kitchen. The colour you pick depends on your motivation.
Studies have shown that red and orange are appetite stimulants, whereas if you stick with like a cooler color, like a blue, it really would curb your appetite.
But if you're not looking to affect hunger pangs, keep it white.
I prefer white kitchens, and they really give off a nice, clean atmosphere for cooking your food.
But stay away from greens, yellows, and browns.
Green is based in yellow, and any kind of yellow really can give off a sickly tone. So it's just really not the best color when you think about eating and preparing your food.
And finally, what's better for your home office than the color of money?
Green's a great color for your office. It spurs your creative thinking, it primes your mental state for work.
But to channel the luck of the Irish, stay away from Kelly Green.
I would really stay in your muted shades. A good color I would think of like a sage or a celadon would be great colors for your home office.
Finding your home's true colors on The Breakdown.
Get this, Gangnam Style is the #1 video on YouTube with 2.8 billion views. Coming up next, South Korean pop star Psy is back at it again. You've got to check this out. Plus, all work and all play, the benefits of games in the office. Then, microwave hacks that will blow your mind. Stay tuned, there's more coming up next on the list.
The Billboard Music Awards are this Sunday on ABC, and while it'll be exciting to see who wins, the lineup of performers is the best reason to tune in. Let's take a look on the hot list.
Billboard is music.
Incredible.
The Billboard Music Awards.
The first Billboard Music Awards performer we're excited about, Bruno Mars.
Showtime, showtime, showtime. Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. I bet they know as soon as we walk in.
The 31-year-old Hawaiian-born Super Bowl halftime show veteran will be bringing his killer moves and sweet style to the awards show, where he has 3 nominations.
So gonna get to clapping.
Get this, his real name is Peter Gene Hernandez, but hey, Bruno Mars has a pretty great ring to it, as do all of his chart-topping hit songs. Another performer that'll have fans cheering, Ed Sheeran at #2.
Coming now, follow my lead. Coming now, follow my lead.
The 26-year-old Brit recently released his 3rd album, Divide, and since then, his songs Shape of You, Castle on the Hill, and the latest, Galway Girl, have been dominating the airwaves.
My pretty little Galway girl. My Galway girl.
And check this out, besides singing Galway Girl, he also shot his own music video for it, which co-stars actress Saoirse Ronan. Now let's go a little country with the 3rd Billboard Music Awards entertainers on our list, Florida Georgia Line. The duo of Brian Kelly and Tyler Hubbard have 6 nominations at this Sunday's ceremony. And quite frankly, we think they should get a few more for teaming up with the Backstreet Boys for God, Your Mama, and Me. This weekend, they'll be singing alongside John Legend.
And we couldn't leave off our next performer. She's the Billboard Music Awards Icon Award recipient. Celine Dion is at #4.
Every night in my dreams, I see you.
The 49-year-old is the best-selling Canadian artist and one of the best-selling musical artists of all time.
I believe that the heart does go on.
Sunday's Billboard Music Awards will also feature Miley Cyrus, Drake, Imagine Dragons, Lorde, Nicki Minaj. We could tell you the rest, but we're fresh out of time, folks.
It's such a good night.
Lots of music. No word on whether Kanye will be there to provide drama on the hot list.
Okay, musicians have awards, but the winners in the regular world are people who have fun at work. We spend a lot of time at our jobs, but Jimmy Rhodes found some ways to squeeze some recess into the workplace. Jimmy, what's the deal?
The monotony, the toil, the stress, day by day, task by pointless task, work through 1,000 paper cuts bleeds you of your identity and will to live. Games, on the other hand, make you feel alive. I talked with Teresa Mara at Higher Story about bringing the energy of play to work.
Guys! Games in the workplace have a variety of really positive effects. Getting to know people, being able to loosen up and have fun, and you guys can work together more positively as well.
Her first tip, bring the games to the office.
Do small things like bringing a ping pong table in or having kind of a gaming area in your office.
That game area helps define boundaries.
Having a dedicated game area makes it known where that kind of behavior is appropriate versus somebody who's sitting there on deadline getting beamed in the back of the head by a paper wad. That's probably not going to help the culture side very much.
Boom. Got him.
Talking to you.
Busted. Next, choose inclusive games.
Activities where everybody can feel comfortable participating and that you don't have to have a heavy sports background to feel included. Something like kickball, for example.
No beer spilled. Next, avoid mean games.
If it's an activity where there's a single loser, something like poker, for example, where you actually have a measurable of how poorly you did as an individual, or paintball, where somebody feels like they were ganged up on.
Dodgeball?
Yeah, dodgeball is kind of the end-all for getting your aggression out on any particular person. So that's typically not recommended.
You're out! All right!
Finally, don't play mean with the guest list.
Don't create that kind of mean girls clique.
Janice, I can't invite you.
If you're going to have a work activity, invite everybody to be part of it.
So fetch.
So come on, have a little fun. Getting your game on at work is what's the deal. Oh, we got all of that one.
Yep, you're going to go into debt paying for a kid to go to college so they can get a job and play kickball. But they may as well at least pick a school you'd like to visit. Travel and Leisure has a list of the most beautiful colleges across America.
While you're living off top ramen, cramming for finals, and racking up that student debt, make those 4 years worthwhile by attending one of these stunning college campuses. First on our list from my home state, the University of Washington in Seattle.
First of all, the campus is gorgeous.
Indeed it is. Sure, it rains a lot, but all that precip makes for some pretty spectacular foliage. Cherry blossoms go nuts in the liberal arts quad each spring. The only problem? Concentrating.
Back over on this side, Rainier Vista and Mount Rainier. There's nothing better than when the mountain is out.
With Lake Washington on one side of campus and the Puget Sound on the other, it's a nature lover's dream. Staying on the West Coast, University of Arizona with its palm tree-lined campus makes you think vacation, not vocation. And the University of Colorado Boulder is at the base of the Rocky Mountains. Come winter, you can feel like you're taking your finals in a winter wonderland. Going east, more your speed, check out Kenyon College in Ohio.
On paper, Kenyon was a lot like all those other small liberal arts colleges. But for me, what really made the difference was the visit, just seeing how beautiful the campus is.
Almost 200 years old, it features Gothic architecture and a tree-lined walkway called Middle Path that runs from one end of campus to the other. I mean, seriously, it's gorgeous. During the fall, it's a beautiful show of vibrant orange and red. The Great Lakes State, Michigan is home to the beautiful Kalamazoo College, and down south, Vanderbilt, Nashville made the pretty list. To find out if your alma mater was among the most beautiful, check out thelisttv.com. Colleges with brains and beauty across America.
3 ways to win at life with The List. Know the next big thing. Save time with life hacks. Stay healthy the easy way.
Now, when we think of microwave ovens, we tend to think of quick cooking. But it turns out zapping isn't the only trick they have up their sleeve. They've got a whole menu of them on Life Hacks.
Now there's Ward's incredible microwave oven.
We're heating things up here in the kitchen by using the microwave to help solve life's little headaches. Number 1, liquefy your lemons. At times, getting the juice out of a lemon can be like getting blood out of a stone. So here's a quick hack. Cut a lemon in half, put it in a bowl, and then pop it in the microwave. Heat the lemon for 30 seconds. When heated, the fatty acids begin to melt, giving us a more juicy lemon. Wow! More juice, less effort. Next, soften your butter. Oh no! Seriously? Cold hard butter can really mess up your bread. Luckily, I've got a hack that will help you soften the butter without melting it. Microwave water until it boils, pour the water out, dry the glass quickly, and while it's still hot, place it over the butter for a minute or 2 until it starts to get soft. After a couple of minutes, oh look at that! All is well in the world. Another microwave marvel? Zap your sponge. There are 10 million bacteria per square inch of a kitchen sponge. That's 200,000 times dirtier than a toilet. By putting your wet sponge in the microwave for just 2 minutes, you'll kill 99% of the bacteria. Now that's a sponge you can feel confident cleaning your countertops and dishes with. Finally, peel garlic in seconds. Don't waste time peeling garlic cloves. You know what I'm going to do with these, don't you? You're just going to pop your garlic into the microwave for 20 seconds. You can actually hear the skins popping off. I'm so amazed. This is brilliant. Nuking life's little problems with life hacks.
On the next list, 1. Drive-through toy store.
I am getting $1 worth of joy from this.
We're testing out kid fun from 3 different fast food giants. 2. Travel across the country in a big RV without the big prices. And 3. Apps to help you plan the perfect road trip. All that on Monday's list.
The weekend is here, so let's get this party started. The latest music video from Psy is blowing up the internet, and we love it. On the viral list.
I love it, 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 I love it.
It might be hard to not love this new music video from South Korean singer Psy.
Oh yeah.
The man who brought us Gangnam Style is back, and I Love It is racking up millions of YouTube views each and every day. The chorus is pretty straightforward, so sing along.
I love it, I love it, I love it, oh yes, I love it, I love it, I love it.
We've got the whole thing, along with other larger-than-life music videos on thelisttv.com. Gotta love that on the viral list.
You know what? That guy just knows how to make a fun video.
Oh,
He
yeah.
always leaves you smiling.
And you know, there were about 5 dance moves in there that kids around the world are probably already doing.
Probably.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you again soon.